Hey, Spru, movies, music, sports, and life. I'm on my spring break from working with my kids in school. Don't gotta go back to work till Monday, but I guess it's getting away from me if this is Thursday. I got a few more days to enjoy, so I'm gonna try to knock this review out and then watch some NCAA tournament basketball. I'm gonna combine episode 8 and 9, and I'm gonna make my recap of episode 8 kind of short because hey, we know what it is, man. That is the Will's mama, Vi, and Will's auntie, Viv. This is the Vi and Viv episode. And this is the second time somebody has come from Philly to see Will in Bel Air and it goes left. It doesn't go smooth. And I guess the difference is that with Trey, him and Will always had good history. So it just turned because Trey was a hater and was upset about the new life that Will had set up for himself and the fact that he decided for Will that he was coming to Philly and telling everybody that. Like, I thought that was kind of weird and selfish at the same time. But the problem here is that Vi and Viv have beef. And it's that classic, in the movie and television world, they call it a trope. When movies or TV shows do the same thing over again. So this is the classic. But I raised it. I raised it. Did you? I raised it. Did you? It's always like the big sister or the big brother that's mad at the little sibling because you raised them and did so much for them, but now they doing better. And then you're shaming them or blaming them for not giving enough appreciation back, money back. I'm not really sure what what Vi wants. It's like you sent your son to her so that he wouldn't go to prison. Like I don't know how much more of a thank you that you expect from somebody that was willing, because her and her husband could have left your son stuck in Philly. Either do that time, get out, and deal with the repercussions of what he did to Rashad, which probably would have ended up. But they battle it out throughout the episode, and it's tears. And then they finally just agree to get along for Will's sake. Now the other subplot is my boy. I wish I had a. I guess I got to use a notebook. Jeffrey was. He was about to put his resignation letter on Phil's desk. The only reason he didn't is because Will walked in and said, "Can you look into my dad?" And they had a little sparring session, and I thought Jeffrey was gonna knock Phil out when he kind of hit him a little extra hard in the hand after he told him, "You work for me." I thought Jeffrey was gonna knock him out then, but he opted not to. And so the episode kind of ends on the cliffhanger of, is Jeffrey gonna find out this information? Is he going to resign after he gets the information for Will? And is Will going to be as upset as everyone in the family keeps saying? If he finds out about Lou, he might hate us forever. Lou being his dad, who we haven't seen on screen, who we don't know who the actor is. The rumors that the actor will be Will Smith. I kind of doubt that. I don't think they can afford Will Smith, even if he is the executive producer. You still can't afford me. But that concludes episode 8. So good little transition into episode 9. So episode 9, they call it the penultimate. That's the final episode before the season finale. It's only 10 episodes. So for this episode, the big thing is that Uncle Phil has agreed to have a debate with Lisa's father, the police chief, and whoever wins this debate becomes the district attorney of LA. No questions asked, no more going back and forth. Whoever wins, it is what it is. And there's another subplot that Lisa has been being blown up by her father about not contacting, not dealing with Will. And it seems like Lisa has been respecting her father's wishes to a certain point. Will was complaining she isn't returning my calls. But then, police daddy, he kind of snitched and said, well, let me tell you how come I don't want you to hang with him. It's not just that I'm running against his father. It's that he pulled a strap out and was about to shoot somebody, almost went to jail, and got out from his father kind of twisting the law a little bit and calling him some favors. And that's why he's in Bel Air. And she said, go ask him yourself. And, you know, I think a lot of us sitting at home watching, we really wasn't trying to hear Lisa crying and being so upset about it and saying, but I slept with you. It's like, so? Like, you did that willingly. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you told him that you trusted him. Um, and if anybody should understand something, having a dad that's, kind of political, just by being the chief of police, you're automatically. He was under orders by his uncle that you are not to talk about this. That's part of the condition of being able to live in this neighborhood, live in that lifestyle. Is that, yeah, we twisted the law to get you here, so keep your mouth shut about it. I guess you can look at that as righteous unrighteousness. Technically broke the law in terms of what they did. On the other end, Will was, I guess, kind of innocent. I mean, you could say finding the is reckless endangerment, but you have to come from the inner city to understand what it means not to have a choice. It'd be different if Will just like bow bow just started bucking people and took Rashad and his crew out. Then we wouldn't be having this conversation. Obviously, he isn't built like that, and that is what he did. So, yeah, Jeffrey gives Will what he was looking for, and Will was too scared to open it. Basically asked, Jeffrey, did you look through it already? Like, it's almost like you say, want to say, Negro, what you think? Like, I'm Jeffrey. And, he basically asking Jeffrey, do you think I'll be able to handle it? Jeffrey's like, I'm not you. You know, like Cat Williams said, talking about the female, talking about, you messed up my self esteem. I'm gonna mess up something that belongs to you. It's the word, it's self esteem, not my esteem. So Jeffrey leaves. Unexpected turn, Will gives the paperwork. So he kind of snitched. There's a lot of snitching, a lot of dry snitching. I'm not really appreciative of that, but yeah, he gives the paperwork to his dad, his uncle, and they cry. And then of course he walks out, and then Uncle Phil goes off on Jeffrey, brings up how you walked out on your son once again. I thought Uncle Phil was gonna get rocked, get his stuff rocked by a left cross. Jeffrey didn't hit him. And then he says, "You're fired." And I noticed that he looked down. He looked away when he said, "You're fired." He couldn't say it right to his face. Jeffrey could have easily told him I already was about to resign, but he didn't. Then Jeffrey is so 100. He tells them, "This is how you need to explain why I left." And then he says, "Prove me wrong." You know how I just kind of called you out for all your BS of how you move? He says, "Now that I'm out the picture, prove me wrong." So, very powerful episode. Only thing I can say is I'm still not LGBTQ stuff with Ashley because I think she's a little girl, man. She's 12, man. It's like I just don't like the direction that they going. It seems like they're trying to influence other kids her age to go that way. And the other thing I don't like about it is that at 12-year-olds, as a 12-year-old, like now, are you gonna force us to see a lesbian like like love scene, like lesbian kissing of a 12-year-old? It's a child. Like I might have to be done with the show. I'll keep it real with you. If they force us to see this little girl kissing another, I guess she'll be 13 by next season. I might have to be done, man, because I just feel that's wrong. That's just personally where I draw the line. It's already questionable that you got somebody so young portraying that you couldn't think of any other angle, or at the very least, let it be, you know, consenting adult, 18-year-old, but a 12-year-old is just wrong. But let me stop there before I get canceled by the YouTube powers that be. Jay Spruill, movies, music, sports, and life. I hope you enjoyed this recap review, spoiler review. And if you did, or if you didn't, hit that subscribe button. Now that's crazy. I told you, even if you didn't like my video, I still want you to be a hostage. Subscribe to me anyway. Peace.